you to talk about different topics. What is important for us to know. So, and plus you will have homework, and you will do some home research to make sure that, you, during lecture time, you learn a lot. But your independent work is very important because you develop additional skills and competences. Skills, your critical thinking, ability to work with social media, ability to work with new content is very important. So it's part of our concept. Number 4, those who will complete successfully our program, they will receive certificate, international certificate, and we will be happy to present for those who complete successfully. I know your concern. Not all of you have perfect English. Therefore, we decided to be innovative. So we are not asking to get you score. It's like A+, A-, B, C+, C-. Probably nobody wants the C, C- or B- to have in your GPA. So we decided to make it audit. So we are talking to university. You will get credits, but just pass. If you pass, and that's it. No score, but it will go to your transcript. It means you go to your diploma. And trust me, this is very important course. It's very important topic, and I was told that very few universities around Kazakhstan teach about this topic. Probably Nazarbayev University, and maybe KBTU, and I think KIMEP also considering similar course, slightly similar course. It means, but this course is widely popular in the United States, in some countries in Europe. We had discussion with our partners in France, in Sorbonne University, and some other places. They have it. So technically, at the moment when you enter this room, you are not in Kazakhstan anymore. You are outside the country, and we will not only speak in English, but you will have new way, a new approach in learning, and new approach in your attitudes. I hope you will be more active, not sleepy, and have a lot of questions to ask. I hope you will learn in a different environment and in different ways. So this is our like precondition, and our inauguration. It's ideas from me. So what I will do, I will give a very short introduction about our concept behind this class, and then let guest speaker to talk about ideas what she has. So now it's our global class, globalization, global citizenship class. So we will talk about global citizenship. It's our focus. What's the meaning of global citizenship? I will give you a definition, but our idea is, right now, probably from your experience, your friends, from experience your relatives, Kazakhstan is not an isolated country. You have opportunities to travel to foreign countries. You have opportunity to study in foreign countries. It means you're becoming members of global community. And we have students from Afghanistan here, those already members of global community being in Kazakhstan. But what does it mean to be members of global community? What does it mean to be global citizen? So idea is, there are many ideas behind it. So it's new idea, it's new concept. We all talk about removing boundaries for movement of people, goods, and services. So you live in 21st century in very unique situation. So you have a lot of opportunities. And our goal, our objectives, to teach you skills and competences how to be successful in your future life in globalized world. I usually give example that in this room we have many students who studied hard and then achieved a lot. A couple of my students received a job offer to work for international projects in Kazakhstan. They contributed to development of Kazakhstan and contributed to nice salary to their pockets. A couple of our graduated from Columbia University, and probably if we have a chance, I will invite them. And a couple of them are right now at Columbia University in New York. Plus, every year we send some students outside the country. So I will look at you. We have our partners to look at you. The most successful among you will have a chance to go. Remember I mentioned our partners in Europe, Sorbonne University and Bologna University. Sorbonne University is in Paris, and Bologna University is in Italy. between Milan and Florence. So we have MOU with them, agreement. So every year they're ready to accept between 2 and 3 students for 1 semester to Sorbonne University, and between 2 and 4 students to Bologna University. So best of the best, we can consider and would like to consider to recommend for 1 semester academic exchange from October to January in Sorbonne or in Bologna. Just in fact, just now our students came back from Bologna and came back from Sorbonne. And in a couple of weeks, a couple of students will travel to Portugal, to Lisbon. So this class will open a lot of opportunities for you. Therefore, I would like to ask you to be more active, show that you know about globalized world, that you would like to learn about globalized world. You're active, asking questions, and definitely do your homework, and then we will select among you the best of the best to recommend you for international exchange programs. So let me go for a couple of minutes to talk about the class, and then we move forward. Let me say a few words about our MDP program. MDP program was established about more than 10 years ago at Columbia University. It was established by Jeffrey Sachs, who is our director, with the idea to promote understanding of sustainable development. So it's not just university. It was we had an idea that Columbia University, or in the United States, very rich country. Columbia University is a very expensive country. Not all people can afford studying there. So we decided to develop a network of students who will have a chance, being somewhere far away in Africa, in Latin America, in Asia, to learn from best professors about sustainable development. Right now, we have about 40 partners around the world. Not all partners reflected here, but we have them. And very often we have classes from Columbia University, from professors from Columbia University, and broadcasted to many universities around the world. Our idea, we have experiment. We try this experiment. If it works well, we'll broadcast our class to other universities around the world. So this is the concept. And you could see in the center of Eurasian continent, we have Kazakhstan University. So it's just the university which offers this program. So really, really lucky to be in this program. So next, so you could see we have a global network, and we will, our main goal and objective, talk not only about theory, but talk about practice, about reality. So about skills and competence, what you need in real life. Therefore, we talk about practice and practice, practical program in sustainable development approach. We have, as I told you, modular approach. So we will have all together 15 meetings, and we will discuss topics. So what I will do, maybe at the end of this class, we will select a group leader. I will forward to her or him syllabus. So all of you will have syllabus with literature, and probably what I will do, I will send the PowerPoint presentations, some literature to you by email at this stage. And then we will have our website where you will see all materials you can download from the website. But at this stage, you have Facebook. Facebook title is MDP at Al-Farabi Kaznu. So you can go there to become friends, and you can download information about our classes and about our schedule. And you can put your comments. So this is our first half, and here we have a second half, and at the end we'll have a discussion. So unique approach is we try our best to do it. So we would like to encourage you. You know, it's very difficult to handle your paper submission, and paper homework. So what we would like to do, we would like to move into 21st century. We would like to encourage you to do online submission. So after finishing this class, I will explain you a little bit about the concept. So you'll see, and all of you will see each other online, and probably it will be a good way of me evaluating you and you evaluating each other. Okay? And a little bit about the global citizenship education. So concept is we would like young people to be educated in a new way. So when you talk about global citizenship education, we talk about civic learning that involves students' active participation in projects that address global issues of social and political and economic or environmental nature. So this is very important for us. It's one of the main reasons. So we have guest speaker today, and we have here Alima Usinbayeva. Sorry. She's a director on corporate and regional relations. Am I right? And she works for a company called CCI Kazakhstan. She will say a few words about her company, and probably I have strong voice, but probably it's better to speak to the microphone. And she will she will have probably half an hour, and listen carefully, and please get ready to ask questions. I believe we have big value in asking questions. So we have two options, Alima. You can speak from here or from over there.
Is it possible if I stay here?
Yeah, it's possible. I will give you a microphone.
It's that we should have a remote control. Yes, we do have. All right. Hello, everyone. I'm very glad to see you all here today. Actually, I was studying in this university, the School of Journalism. So I was graduated from Kazakh National University in in 2006, if I'm not wrong. So it is evening. I understand that you all might be tired, and your thoughts might be somewhere else. So I wanted, rather than having just a lecture, to have a interaction with you. So you can ask the questions immediately, or I will be asking questions from you, so we don't sleep. All right. So I am a public affairs and communications director working at the company called CCI Kazakhstan. CCI stands for COCA-COLA İçecek. I will talk about it right now. So before I move to the sustainable program of our company, what we do in practice, I would like to give you a little bit of information about CCI itself, so you understand the scope of business, what we do in Kazakhstan, what we do globally, etc. So there is a difference between Coca-Cola itself and the bottling partners. Coca-Cola itself globally doesn't have the plants, the manufacturing plants. Coca-Cola is the owner of the brand and the owner of the secret formula, how it's called. And the Coca-Cola has globally many bottling partners. Who are bottling partners? These are the companies who are producing the beverages of the Coca-Cola company and selling them. So basically, CCI is the second largest bottler globally in terms of population. CCI works in such countries like all Central Asia. We work in Pakistan, by the way. We work in Middle East, such countries like Jordan, Iraq, and it's Turkey as well. So, and we are the second largest bottlers in terms of population, and we are the fifth largest bottler in terms of volume. So globally, there are many bottlers, all around the world. So we are one of the biggest bottlers with the headquarters in Turkey. So the Coca-Cola company exists since 1886. It works in 200 countries, and Coca-Cola owns 4 out of 5 the most famous brands around the world. And CCI, our company, is operating since 1964. We are operating in 10 countries, as I said. We have 25 plants and around 10,000 employees. So this is the geography that we are working on. We are the publicly traded company. So CCI is the publicly traded company, which shares are sold on the Turkish market, let's say. So actually, if you would like, you can buy shares of the CCI. So for the regional powerhouse, what is regional powerhouse? I'm responsible for all Central Asia. So these are countries like Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and Azerbaijan. So we are overall working in the environment which is showing us that that these countries are developing countries. So we have lots of opportunities around the Central Asia, and at the same time, Central Asia has many initiatives. Let's say developing initiatives in terms of sustainable, sustainable approach. In Kazakhstan, we are operating since 1991, since the independence of Kazakhstan. But the first newly plant was built in Almaty in 1994, and in 2016 we have launched the new plant in Astana. So today we have more than 25 brands. Actually, what brands of Coca-Cola you know, except Coca-Cola? Fuse Tea, Pico, right? This water. Sorry? Fanta Sprite, right? So actually we have carbonated soft drinks like Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, which are like we call them CSDs, and we have still product like Pico, Fuse Tea. We have energy drinks, we have water, and we have all of them in different packaging. So, what is sustainability? What is sustainable development? Just give me a brief answer. You can read, of course, but I mean, if you can tell that in some, like easier way. Yes, please.
Am I should to stand up?
Yeah, you can sit.
Okay.
No problem.
Sustainability is using some green technologies in the manufacturing, and also to have eco products like no plastic and stuff like this.
All right. Anything else? You are starting the class on sustainable development, so you might be knowing, what is sustainable development. All right. So in very simple way, I don't want to read this text, but in a simple way, I should tell you that any business which is doing something in some countries should take care not only about the business itself, but they should take care about the environment, social development, working with the government, working with with different business interest groups, etc. So sustainable development means that the business should also contribute to the development of the country. Why is that? Because I mean, we tell it in a very simple way. If Kazakhstan is successful and prosperous, and we are, we have a welfare, then we are also successful. So if this is a poor country, if we have no resources, if we have no people here, if there is no development, then the business is also not developing. So for the sustainable development of the business should contribute to the sustainable development of the country. So what is our CCI's commitment to sustainability? I will give you a little bit of history. That CCI started publishing their sustainability report since 2007. What is sustainability report? This is a non-financial report. Actually, all the investors nowadays, they look at the sustainable development of the business. So business should, they should follow the global commitments of the sustainable development. So it's not only financials, it's also what else we do in the countries that we operate. So, and every sustainability report, they are going through very, very tough audit process. It's not something that we just write, and say, yes, we support, environmental initiatives, or yeah, we are saving water or gas. They go and check, in fact, do we save? Do we invest? How much did we invest? How much did we save? Etc., etc. So this is not just words. This is a report which is globally approved. You can learn more about it. It's called the GRI report. So our sustainable development, let's say, goals, yes, our commitments, what we commit for. So we commit for water footprint. What does that mean, water footprint? 90% of our product is water. So it means that if we work with water, we need to do everything to recover, to bring this water back to the society through different programs. And through the saving of the water. What is carbon footprint? We have plants. Of course, it has carbon emissions. So we need to decrease these carbon emissions. Sustainable packaging. All this packaging is on, it's which needs to be recycled, because the plastic doesn't get dissolved, on the ground. So we work with the suppliers. Why it's important? Because we need to have responsible suppliers. We can't work with the suppliers who bribes, for example, or the suppliers who are not fair, suppliers who doesn't follow the legal law of the country. So climate protection. Since we have the carbon emission, of course, the climate also, has the effect of that. Sustainable sourcing. Sustainable sourcing means that in some of the countries we also contribute to the agriculture. Why agriculture? Because COCA-COLA consists sugar. Sugar is agriculture. So we also need to work on the agricultural, areas of the country where we purchase that sugar. So it's important for us that this sugar is clean, that this sugar is, follows all the requirements that we have. Women's leadership. Women's leadership is a very important, direction in our organization, and we pay lots of attention on that. I will talk about it later. Social investment, of course, we need to support the society of the countries that we operate. And volunteer project. Volunteer project means that we are trying to encourage our employees to do some volunteer work in the society. So, what is our sustainability results? Our sustainability reports, as I said, it's a very comprehensive, very difficult process. So basically, when we release the sustainability report, it usually reflects the results of the previous year. So in 2017, we have released the sustainability report with the result of 2016. This year, we're going to have the report with the result of 2017, because it's a long process, as I said. So we had four main directions in our sustainability commitment: consumer well-being, customer value, workplace rights, economic development, community development, and environmental footprint. I have a question. Why do you think that economic development is important for the business?
More income, more customers.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah.
It seems to me that if inflation is more developed economically, so we have more market area, so more people can acquire these products, all this Coca-Cola, and just.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Sure. Yeah.
I think that economic development of state depends on the development of some legal entities, like the business.
Yes, you're right.
Maybe development can provide someone they can spend their money for business.
Exactly. Yes, you're right.
I also think that the economic development, also the economic situation in the country, is like a fundament for any development of the business, because in a country where the economy is not so much, or in that situation, there is no ways to have a good business development.
Absolutely, you're all right. I mean, if country is not developed economically, there is no way to do the business. So we are not just getting from the country, we're also giving back to the country. And I will show you how we are giving, how we're supporting the economic development of the country by direct and indirect investments. So, consumer well-being. This is a very important part because we are working with consumers. This is fast-moving consumer good. You know, people are drinking it, so they need to trust, you know, the product that they're drinking. They need to be sure that this is not, you know, that this is unhealthy or healthy. So for us, it's very important that consumers get only high-level quality product. So I can tell you that in our plants, the requirements, the quality requirements are much more higher than the quality requirements of the country. So basically, I mean, we have lots of audits all the time. So we've been checked by the Coca-Cola company because they don't allow to, you know, to restrain, or let's say they don't allow to break any rules. So we have to follow these very high standards. We also have to give choice to the consumer. So Coca-Cola is very, you know, high calorie product. We have less calorie product like Coca-Cola, no sugar. Yeah, there's no sugar. We have water. We have juices. We have Coca-Cola has water, and other product has different packaging. So if you don't want to drink a lot, get smaller packaging, you know, just go on the way and drink. So we're trying to give to the consumers something that, you know, won't make them drink more than they can. So why we have launched, you know, there's a small bottle of Coca-Cola, 300 ml. It's a small one. So actually this is the normal portion of the day that person can get. So this is why, I mean, for the consumer well-being, we are working on the quality of the product. We are working on the, you know, on the level of the product, and we are working on where to give the product. So basically, it is since last year, Coca-Cola agreed that globally we are not communicating to the kids under 13 years old any of our product. So if before it was only Coca-Cola, but now we decided that all our product, we don't do any project with the kids under 13, because this is an indirect marketing, let's say. So we decided that this is irresponsible. Even if we give the bottle of water, on that bottle it says Coca-Cola company. So it's indirect communication of the brand, which may be harmful for the, you know, for the kids when they get more than it's allowed. So if we talk about workplace rights is vital because this is our people who work in the company. So we need to follow the, again, global development requirements to make our people work in the nice environment. So we don't, there are no biased environments. So people can work freely, they can speak freely, they have their rights to speak, they have their rights to ask. So every year we are going through global audit again, if we are, you know, in line with the workplace rights policy. So we are in line not only with the Kazakhstan government requirements, but also we are following the global requirements of the workplace rights. So you see this green dots. It means that we have been through the audits, and all these countries have been approved, as you know, complying with the workplace rights policy. We have currently we have more than 700 people working in our system in Kazakhstan. But we say that indirectly we employ 2.5 thousand people. Why? Because we have many distributors. I mean, our distributors are getting jobs because they sell the product. Think about people who sell the product in the shops. So they also earn. Think about suppliers that provide us with the raw materials or with the services, you know, this is also income for them. So that's why we say that if we as Coca-Cola, we employ 700 people, but if we take all the system, it's around 2.5 thousand people. About women. So in our countries, every country has the target to increase the level of women working in our company. So in Kazakhstan, actually, we have reached 40%. And I can say that in the management of the company, I mean, the directors level, let's say, we have 50% of women and 50% of men. So we're trying to increase that level more and more because we understand that women need support. Why they need support? In Kazakhstan especially, women has a very high level of potential, and sometimes having some additional responsibilities like families, kids, etc. They need more support, you know, to succeed, to learn more. So we say there is a very simple rule in our company. So we say if there is a man and woman who are applying to one position, to the same position to get the job, if they have the same technical qualities, if they have the same knowledge, we will of course will give chance to women get this job. But if this woman has less quality, she is less educated, or maybe she knows less, or she has less experience, it would be fair to give this job for men. So this is like a, sorry man for that but this is a very important topic for our company because, for instance, as I said, we have Middle East countries like Pakistan, like Syria, Jordan, Iraq. In Pakistan, it's I mean, it is not allowed for some women to work. In Jordan itself, the same. So in Jordan, women, I mean, they have no right to, you know, to voice out their opinion. So in Turkmenistan, it is recently discussed that women will not have the right to drive the car. So these kind of things are happening, and we need to, you know, to empower our women in our organization as much as we can. So next, economic development. As I said, we are stimulating job creation in the system. So how we economically support the country. So we are employing local people. Even though we are an international company, our goal is to employ local people. Out of 700 people, we have only 5 expatriates. So our goal is to develop, you know, to teach, to give some more experience to local people and make them to lead the country. So in the nearest 5 to 10 years, we are aiming to have a local general manager, not you know, the expatriate. So it's about economic support of the country. We're paying tax. We are absolutely transparent. You know, we are following all the rules. We have no right to avoid any kind of taxation or etc. We are working fairly with our suppliers. We are paying them in time. We are paying them as it was agreed. So we have no problems with our suppliers because, you know, everything is done in time as per agreement. We are supporting communities. I will talk about it a little bit later. And as I said, we are creating jobs. So, and we are investing. We are investing. So in the Central Asia, our investment already exceeds $500 million in all Central Asia countries in the past 10 years. And in Kazakhstan, since the beginning, we have invested $250 million since 1991. The plant in Astana cost us $80 million. And this is only expenses which are, you know, spent to build the plant. But here it is not calculated the taxes that we paid, you know, the services that we got here internally to build the plant. You know, we paid to the supplier, we bought the equipment, etc., etc. So there are many indirect payments. So what is direct and indirect payment? You see, so there is the company. We have the salaries paid to the employees. Employees, they are also consumers. They're spending. I mean, they get the money and they spend, and they pay taxes. Every employee pays taxes. We know that. So, and then it's consumer spending. They go to the shop and they buy a pencil. So this is another company which is producing this pencil, and this company is also earning. There is a shop which is also earning from selling this pencil. So there is a long way value chain of, you know, of expenditures. And there is a purchase. we purchase services, we purchase raw materials, we buy, I don't know, legal services, we buy services, we buy, I don't know, printing services, delivery, etc., etc. So all the suppliers, they also earn and they also spend. So this is a big economy scale. So we say that on every level, we are contributing as well. About the community development. So we're also investing in our communities. We have one of the biggest football tournament called COCA-COLA Belgradov. This is non-professional football tournament, which we are running already 11 years in Kazakhstan, together with the Ministry of Education and Football Federation of Kazakhstan. More than 1 million kids had played football together with us. Every year, more than 400,000 kids are getting into the tournament. So can you imagine that we are, and these kids are from very different rural areas. So they come from auls, I don't know, some small cities where you have nothing else to do but sports. So this is contribution to their healthy lifestyle. So if the kid once does the sport, then they don't get into the drugs or, you know, like alcohol or anything else. So they try to be in sport, because sport is also communication, sport is also new people, sport is opportunities, sport is leadership behaviors, etc., etc. So that's why, I mean, this is a very big and important project that we do every year. And last year we have started the project called 3 to 1 Start, the project which is dedicated to support young social entrepreneurs. So we are announcing the project where every young person from 18 till 29, they can apply their project to get the grant from the organization, from our company. But this is not only the grant that they can get, but what is more important, they go through the education program. So they go training, special training, they work with the mentors, so they meet with people who are involved into the social entrepreneurship. So people get more knowledge and experience, which is more important sometimes rather than getting the grant. As soon as you have the knowledge, this is your asset, and no one can take it from you. So you can use this asset to run your own project, and earn something. So last year we did the project covering all Kazakhstan. We have 3 winners. Briefly, one girl from Almaty. She has opened her tailoring, small tailoring business. She's tailoring the clothes for infants. But why social? Because she employs women, unemployed women. So she teaches them. So she provides them with knowledge how to actually sew the clothes, how to design it. So she employs. So that's why it's a social entrepreneurship. The other boy from Semey region, he opened a dancing class in his city. So the dancing class actually provides that in this small, actually it's village. It's not the city, it's village. He opened the dancing classes in the village, and there's no entertainment in this village. I mean, nothing to do, absolutely nothing to do. So this dancing club, it's actually a fitness club, dancing club. So it's creating the community. So young people are coming there, they dance, they do fitness, they communicate. So there is something, else happened in that village, and the kids are really, really happy, to have this modern, nice, dancing classes with the boys. And the last guy, his idea was he's very innovative. He's created a robot which is cleaning the canalization pipes. So we supported him, to find all this stuff, to create the prototype of the robot. So basically, we're hoping that in the nearest future, he's gonna show us this robot. So he's gonna have the registration of that robot, and then he's gonna sell this idea or present this idea to the government officials. So instead of, you know, these repairments that we usually have in our streets when they, you know, when they open the roads, when they get the pipes out, they clean them, they put them back. So he created this kind of robot that you don't need to do all this stuff. So the robot goes into the pipe and cleans the pipe and understands where the damage is. So reporting that here is at this area, there is a damage. So you go directly at this place. You don't open the whole road to get the whole pipe. So this year we have started, actually, I think some of you maybe, I'm not sure, but applied for this contest. So right now, those who already applied, they are going through the webinars right now. So webinars on the, you know, project planning, webinars on what is social entrepreneurship, how to draw the business plan, etc. So if you want to go through that webinars, you are also invited. You just need to subscribe to our Instagram page. I think it's called 3 to 1 Start KZ. So if you subscribe there, we always announce when is the next webinar, so you can just, you know, join and listen the presentation and ask the question. So and as I said, we are supporting women. So we are supporting women not only in our company but also outside. So within the country, there is a program called COCA-COLA Belestere. This is the project dedicated to support women entrepreneurship in Kazakhstan. So we have more than 9,000 women already. They went through the training, unemployed women. So we have awarded 41 grants already. So the project of that women already implemented. The main direction, the main goal of the project is the green technologies. So and it's around 100 jobs created already. About the environmental footprint. So our directions are energy efficient, water stewardship, and sustainable packaging and waste. What do we do in that regard? As I said, we have our own targets in the plan. No one is forcing us to do that. This is the company's commitment globally. I mean, it's not that the government is asking us, you know, please use less water, or please, you know, make it less for the carbon emissions, etc. This is our own commitments, and this is actually what the sustainable development is about. So energy usage ratio. So we are trying to reduce the energy that we use for production of our product. Why do you think the energy is important? Why we are trying to decrease the energy that we are using in our production facilities? Exactly. So basically, how it's safe. So I put the plug in, and then the machine starts working. How I save the environment?
We get electricity, for example, through the companies, through the factories. This kind of factories throwing the rubbish, and this kind of rubbish pollute the environment.
Exactly. Actually, how we get the energy in Kazakhstan? Электростанции как работают?
So use coal, and we just burn it. And
Exactly. So when you burn the coal, the emission go in the air. The air is polluted, right? So the less we use, the less energy is produced, the less pollution we have. Yes. This is also, but we have, but I mean, in most of the countries, this is coming out of the coal. But even if it's coming from the water, I mean, this is still a resource that needs to be saved. So the less we use, the more is saved. So for the future, it can be used for something else. Yes, please.
Because coal is a renewable process.
It is, but I mean, I'm saying that unfortunately in Kazakhstan, mostly it is coal, which is used for the energy. Yeah, and the main problem of the coal is the air pollution. So this is why, I mean, we encourage, you know, our plants to reduce the energy usage. I usually have some, you know, comments like, okay, Coca-Cola is just trying to save their money, you know. I say, you know, guys, the money that we're investing into that equipment is 10 times higher than we save, you know, from this electricity. Actually, it's nothing. We don't save as, you know, in money. So you know that you're all paying for the electricity at your homes. You know the price for it. It's not very high, actually. I mean, it's payable. So, and for such big companies, it's also payable. It's not a problem. So we don't save from that. About the emissions, we're also trying to decrease our emissions. How we do that? The CO2, the gas which should go out of our plant, we are not letting it go. Its filters are, I mean, it's for sure, but we're using this gas to heat our facilities, to heat the facilities or to make them cool in summer. So we don't throw this CO2 emission to the air. There is a special technology when we have the high amount of CO2 that needs to be, you know, discharged. We use it to heat and to cool our facilities. So basically, we reuse this gas, so it don't go to the air. About water usage ratio. So to produce 1 liter of product, any of our product, let's say water or Coca-Cola, currently we are spending 1.6 liter of water, including the water which is inside. And we are trying to decrease and decrease and decrease this level of, you know, water usage. I can tell you more that every country's plant is competing with each other to reduce this level even more. You cannot imagine how much we spend on that. But this is our commitment to the government, to the environment, that we need to save the water, you know, source in this country. And also in the plant, we have the water treatment system, wastewater treatment, which means that whatever water which goes to canalization, it doesn't go to canalization directly. It cleaned, and then it's reused to drain our, the green areas of the plant, or to clean inside the facilities. So we are reusing this water. And when this water again goes to canalization, it's again cleaned, and only after that it goes to the, underground. So we are trying, whatever we are taking, we are trying to give it back in a clean way, or we're trying to save it. In terms of recycling waste, can you touch the bottle? So you see that it's soft. Some people, when we launched this Bonaqua bottle, I think 2 years ago, many people complained. They said, Coca-Cola is using so, bad quality packaging. What a shame, how it's possible. Look at the cap. The cap is also short. I think some of you had the Asu bottle here on the table. So you can just compare. You can compare the, the height of the bottleneck. It's shorter. Why we do that? We do that to decrease the amount of plastic in the environment. And this bottle is very easy to recycle. I mean, it's after you drink it, you can just, squeeze it and drop it. And it's very easy for the recycling companies who are working, to make the small stuff out of the plastic. They love it because it's very easy to recycle. So, and about the recycling waste from our plant, I can say that 96% of the waste that we have in the plant is recycled. It doesn't go to the landfills. It doesn't go there. So only, it's 91%. So basically only 9% go to the landfills, but to the landfills it goes the organic waste, which can be, dissolved Yes.
What about Coca-Cola bottles?
For the Coca-Cola bottles, shorten the neck, but we couldn't make the plastic less because the gas goes out. The same. So because fused also needs to have a very safe, packaging, because if it's you can also see on the fused tea the expiration date. It's very small. Because I mean, if and it needs to be keep in a very safe environment. Otherwise, it gets spoiled, because it's a natural product. So that's why. For the water, it can stand longer. So it actually doesn't affect, the sun, etc., etc. Doesn't affect the water, but it affects the juices, etc. But we have the plan to reduce this plastic in all our, packagings. So we have reduced our energy usage by 44% in the last 10 years, and water usage by 30%. So we use 30% less water than we used 10 years ago. And we also have these energy efficient coolers. For example, this one refrigerator, the cooler that you see in the shops. For instance, I will tell you, the Chinese one, very easy one, standard cooler, costs around $100 to $200 one cooler, while our coolers cost is around $1,000 per one cooler. Why? Because this cooler doesn't consume the energy in the way that the other coolers consume, and this cooler doesn't have the emissions. So every cooler, they have this engine on the backside, and this engine, they have this very harmful stuff, which which gets, how you can tell that, it gives the emission to the air. So our coolers, they don't have this thing. So the cooler is very economy style. So next is done. Yeah. I'm sorry. I hope that I did fix into 30 minutes. So this is what is, this is what I tell you. It's not about promoting the Coca-Cola. It's just to tell you, what the company is doing by themselves. Nobody is forcing us. This is our global commitment. We have committed to United Nations. We have committed to, different international organizations. So we do the sustainability report, and the more successful we are in this area, the higher price of the shares of the company. It's easy. So our investors who invest into development of our company, they also say, if you don't care the sustainable development, if you don't care about the environment, if you don't care about the society, we cannot invest in your company. So it's so very easy. It's very economic related, and I think that most of the business, they have a very pragmatic, approach in that regard. But by myself, when I'm telling this story, I'm very proud that I'm part of this organization, because I can tell that we are not just selling the product, but we are also investing a lot into the sustainable development of the country. So thank you.
So it has 3 points.
Yeah.
Number one, I would like to acknowledge that we have a representative of the United Nations Information Office. Is here.
Nice to meet you.
Unfortunately, Sami could not come, so he has his representative here. So I invite him to say hello. Let's say
hello, everybody, and thank you for your presentation. It was very good.
Mr. Alan, he is always with us. He's graduated from Kazakhstan. So he's always supporting us. I believe it's good to acknowledge him. Number two, let me ask one question and suggest one action. So one question and one action. We have traditional group picture.
Yes, I would love to. I was about to ask you.
Very simple question, probably on behalf of all my students. We are talking about 21st century. and about labor market of the 21st century. So all of our students who are here today, students, in a couple of months, in a couple of years, they will graduate and they would like to get good jobs. From your opinion, what kind of skills would you highlight? Would you ask them to get in order to be successful in the labor market, in companies in our Kazakhstan, including your company?
Okay. So
maybe 3 most important skills.
Yeah, I was graduated from this university, as I said. This is my bachelor degree here. Then I did my master's degree in United Kingdom in international public relations. And then I continue studying and doing my another MBA in marketing. So it's endless process. I mean, you learn all the time. But what is important, I can tell that when I'm hiring people to my team, what is important for me is sometimes not even knowledge. It's sorry for, for such a straightforward comment. But when you come with all your knowledge to the job, sometimes this knowledge is not applicable because, I mean, it's of course applicable. I mean, in terms of your development overall. But it's just that in any organization, you can learn more. You can always learn. I mean, it's something else. So first is the ability to learn. You should never stop. I mean, when you go to work, it's not just, I'm working and you're getting my work for the company. No, I'm here to learn as well. Yes, I'm giving my capabilities to that organization, but I'm learning as well. Second is open-mindedness. So I have interviewed many students, graduated from very fancy universities, and sometimes these people think that they're stars. And they come with the attitude like, I'm a star and what can you offer? No way. I mean, when you come and say, I'm open, I'm ready to be with you. I really want to work here because, I have a good capabilities. I have good capabilities to work. I'm ready to learn, and I'm ready to, to listen to all the critics that you have, to work first time. And I'm happy, to succeed together with the organization that I'm coming. So if I hear these words, it's for me like a big plus. And third point is communication. It's so easy. It's your ability to communicate. If you can, before you go to the interview, if you learn about the organization that you are coming to, if you come and tell, what you see about the organization, if you come and propose something, and if you ask the questions, then it's very important. So because you show the attitude that you came prepared, that you really care, that you're really interested in that job. And then why communication? Because some people are very, how to say, they're afraid to speak, they're afraid to talk about themselves. They're afraid to present themselves. When you're coming with such, character to the interview, you have less chances to win. So it's all about how you present yourself, how you communicate with the person that you are working with. And I will just add the last point is sometimes it's not important to be hired. Sometimes it's more important to stay at this job, because you might be hired, but within the 3 months you can get off this company. And why? Because you couldn't communicate with people around you. If you can, put the links with people, if you can communicate, if you can talk, if you can learn more and you can show that you are here, to get experience, then for sure you will stay. And our GM, he always says, knowledge we can always give. I mean, we can teach, we can, on the job, you train, you learn a lot. We can do that. But the attitude we can never change. Attitude you can never change. So and it's very easy. But at the same time, I can tell you, here is Zhenya. She was our intern. She was on an internship in our HR department. After she finished her internship, she left. She found another job, but then we called her back because, you know, we liked the person. We liked the, you know, the way that she was working in our organization. And then she came to Public Affairs and Communication department. She was struggling a lot, and I think that she's still struggling because she's learning. Although she has an education, she's still studying. I think she's doing your master's degree. So, but in practice, she's still learning. And the way that she's, you know, saying, okay, I will learn. I will get to know how to do that. There is nothing that I cannot do. I can do everything. And this attitude actually gives you a very positive emotion towards the candidate. And about our organization, we are very open to any kind of internships. And many people after internships, they stay and work in our company. So our HR director, for instance, she was an intern at the beginning. Now she is at that position. So you can come, you can apply, but be ready to work. Be ready to get experience.
Thank you. And now action. So
yes.
Shall thank you very much to everyone.
Yeah, I think that I have some gifts here. So since you're the ambassadors, you became the ambassadors of COCA-COLA. So I would like to give some gifts to most, you know, most active people who are asking questions, you know, and were with me while I was presenting. So I don't know your name. Okay, I would like to give. What is your name?
Alex.
As well. Okay, so any other colleagues here? So we can. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome. And I think.
Lady in the back.
Yes, you can. Colleagues, can you? Yeah. Yes.
And you had one helper who was helping us.
Yes, thank you very much. So he brought these lightweighting bottles here, and I think for you as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you all. So shall we have a picture now?
Yeah. Please, guys, can you move the chairs over there?